Yo, 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 welcome back to another video. Let me just get something set up real quick. Okay, should part 4. There we go. We in here now. My fault, my fault. I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. I was checking out that Dragon Ball Kakarot Ultra Instinct because I really thought I was in the game. Turns out that was just a mod, bro. They got me, bro. I was so mad. I was like, why would y'all do that, bro? Had me out here believing something could be true, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Um, let's see what we got on here. Um, I'm just looking, y'all. Sorry. I wish I could react to a match, like a wrestling match. But nah, they be having like so much stuff in here where it's like, they won't let you react to it. WWE try to get you on some copyright or something. Could Goodness. Okay. Let's watch this. The ups and downs from WWE SmackDown. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. After that CM Punk segment,
We are
I
always in
stopped
motion.
watching and I ain't
Sometimes
finished
it's
watching
beautiful.
anymore.
Sometimes
I
it's a
did
blur.
see where they
But
had
because life never stops, you
Solo's
need someone
Torn
you can
wearing some
trust to go
kick
right
pads.
along with you.
And I was like,
Enterprise.
nah,
For
they not
lives
it.
and drive.
Like he should just got some shoes from Jay or Jimmy. Like
Hey, shoes
just
with
get
me. Okay. Look, I
some
paid the mortgage.
some ones or get some
Well, my
all black.
friends, Cyber What Culture here, and again,
Because
it's
the
the
ones he
weekend,
had,
so
they didn't
I'm
look
on
like
another
that was
one of
working.
my expeditions. Where am I? Nobody knows. I'm just having a
Right?
good time.
What's
That doesn't
going
make
on
any
with his
sense.
beard,
But
bro?
listen, no matter where I am in the entire
It
planet,
looks
am I
weird.
going to miss CM Punk's first appearance on SmackDown since like 1942? No, I'm not. Just take the finger of power and give the good bits an up and the bad bits a down. Where am I? Right, so I'm just going to tell you straight, I love tournaments.
I
I
love
don't
when
know
they tell me
why.
straight.
They just do. We're also doing one to try and find out who should be the #1 contender for the United States title. If you can believe it, our first match was Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. And they've been feuded anyway. Something tells me this is rigged. We really are refusing to let these guys go longer than 10 minutes too, because every single one of these matches always tops up about then, but it doesn't matter, because they're so damn good, they always find a way. Dominic Mysterio also came out before this, because of course later on NXT Deadline, he's defending his North American title against Lee. So I tell you, if you're watching this and you're a dragon, you're having the best week ever. They were just pinging around the place until they did spill to the outside.
Oh
So
yeah, he is
Dragon Lee
facing them
hit this
today.
ridiculous
We
dive.
might check that
How
out. They
Dragon's
got
able to
cool
do
matches
that
on there I
when
might
he
want to
just
see.
booted Santos
I
right
just
in
don't
the
want to
head.
see Baron Corbin
Oh
lose
yeah, that'll
again.
do it. Santos then shoved him off a team to the turnbuckle though, because Dragon insisting I kept going up there. And he just started to rain down all these punches. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Turning Escobar heel, one of the best things WWE has done in ages. He also hit a neck
Right.
breaker to try and break
I
Dragon Lee's
totally
neck,
care about him
but he
now.
also headbutted him. I've been thinking about this all morning. I was like, do you want to headbutt a dragon? Because a dragon can go and fire comes out of their mouth. Santos, man, he's a brave dude. Escobar then sent us
This
to the
guy's a
commercial
wild
break with a
man.
bomb of power where he got a 1-2, and then when we came back from that ad, Dragon also hit him with a set-out power bomb for another 1-2. I actually didn't know who was going to win here. Like, I would presume it would have been Santos. Was I sure? No. Eventually, though, Dragon once again went to the top rope, and I was screaming at him, what are you doing? This didn't work last time. And it didn't work here again. He got hit with the Phantom Driver, 1-2-3. This is another reason, going back round the houses, I like tournaments. This kind of came out of nowhere, but that rocked my boat. And Dragon Lee is going to be fine either way, because he is so damn talented, and WWE is quite obviously going to put the machine behind him. But as of right now, December 2023, it's all about that Santos. He should probably get to the final at least.
Now my boy's
The
most
Gondom, of
likely
course,
gonna
went
win
after
that
Lee to
North
beat him up,
American
and so we could
Championship.
advertise NXT Deadline, which is happening later. Maybe Dragon does win that championship. You just don't know. Unless your name is Shawn Michaels. I'm so happy after this because we cut to
Yeah,
Randy Orton, who was talking
he
to the
probably most
Countess
likely gonna
with
win it.
Viper Proof.
Unless
He
Rhea
doesn't
Ripley
watch the
gets in there and
show. She was
distracts him.
like, Why are you teaming me up with this LA Knight guy? I barely know this. Of course, the justification is that they are taking on the Bloodline. So Nick was like, look, you hate the Bloodline, LA Knight hates the Bloodline, everybody hates the Bloodline. Well, we had this great part where Randy Orton had to pay a fine because he did RKO Aldis last week. And Nikki was like, why have you paid twice, man? And Randy was like, ha, ha, ha. That's because I'm definitely going to do it again. And I just want to square up now. So Randy Orton, everyone, is he one of the best? Yes, he is. When Cody Rhodes was on SmackDown, I mean, this show was stacked. And this was mostly tying into the fact that this was our annual tribute to the Troops show. And all of this was just really nice. Like Cody said how important the armed forces are. We had this amazing video. He was all emotional because this crowd went crazy for him. I mean, it probably made you feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. We also had a performance from the US Army Drill Team, and Brad Lessler, him of NFL fame, or at least American football fame, was on commentary too. That dude has an amazing voice. Made me feel all good in my Tootsie Toes. What? Somehow as well, Cody used all of this to feel like a bigger star. And that's when I realized it. He is just John Cena. Like when we played that video, a secret part of it was like, John Cena, he's so good. And Rhodes has absolutely taken up that mantle. He's going to have an incredible 2024, and I couldn't be happier for him because he bet on himself, and he is getting up. Clearly they're all into big men slapping man meat too, because then we had another US title tournament match, and it was Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. Where the flub has he been? Now, this was an odd one because, yeah, we haven't seen Karrion in ages, so I don't even know what his direction is. But when it comes to Bobby Lashley, we talked about it 7 days ago. We'll talk about it again.
They really love him out there, bro. The Bobby chants,
we
crazy.
Tried, and I think WWE knows this. And if they didn't, why the hell did they have Bobby Lashley cut his promo where he was like, man, I'm in the armed forces, or I wasn't the armed forces.
I don't know. He was something.
And I just think it's the best thing ever. And then Montez Ford was here, and he said the same thing too. So let's just flip it on a dime. They are super duper good guys, and push them to the moon.
Welcome, Ann.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm sorry?
What?
The comedy of that.
Am I sweating? Yeah. Put your arms down.
Only on Hulu.
It's gonna be fun.
Thanks, Dad. That's
Otherwise,
crazy.
Karrion did jump Bobby at the start of this, but Lashley instantly went for the hurt lock. I was like, I know what you've done there, Bob. You push start with finishers turned on. Kross was so rubbish on this evening, though. Even when he tried to throw Bobby into Simba the Steel Steps, he just leaped over them. But he turned around and he gave Karrion Kross this ridiculous suplex. Honestly, you've got to go listen to the commentators. They're just like, oh, Bobby Lashley, he's so jacked and he's so strong. Why don't we all just love Bobby Lashley? Well, we do. They then started running at each other for a while, but once again, Kross couldn't get anything going. When I tell you, all of a sudden, Bob just slammed him right in the face. He hit him with the spear, and he got the 1, 2, 3. Check my fake watch. I was like, that can't have gone longer than 5 minutes, surely. I mean, Bob kind of mugged him off. What did get me excited, though, is that if Bobby Lashley does go all the way with this thing,
I don't think I would care,
get Logan Paul versus
I'm making good money. I'm on TV. I'd be happy to be Karrion Kross. I mean, I ain't gotta win every match. I'm still a WWE superstar. I ain't getting released out here
after this.
like Matt Riddle.
Control is clearly done. I mean, it started with Bayley trying to
Or
high-five
even
everybody,
worse,
but
Ryback.
especially Oscar wasn't into this at all.
God, he's everywhere, isn't he?
I know I shouldn't have interfered.
I saw him
with
talk
Barry
about
Sanders'
CM
match
Punk
last week.
on
I was just
last
trying,
night.
but given that we do have a
It was
WrestleMania
an old
rematch
video,
later,
probably a
Charlotte
few
Flair
weeks
versus
ago.
Oscar, how about
But then
none of us
again,
go to the squared circle and we hang out
nobody's
here?
hiring Ryback.
Kai was like, well,
So-
you could do that, Bales, and you probably should, but we're going to hang out with our friend. And this Bayley, man, she's been a heel for ages. But in the space of 3 weeks, she has made me feel so much sympathy, mostly because she's getting bullied. And I got bullied in school, so I understand. And yes, I know, I understand it. So many people are like, wait a minute, why is this feud continuing when War Games was meant to be the blow-off? But look, the focus is now on Bayley, who once again is about to be a good guy again soon. I'm not going to get mad at that. Totally fine. And then, well, you wanted it. You moaned about it for the last 10 days.
Over.
And finally you got it, because here came the real CM Punk. Now, the crowd was going absolutely bonkers, so let's not pretend he's not over like Rover. The first thing he said was, ha, I'm not finishing the show like I did on Raw, so nobody is going to cut my promo time. We are not in Toto anymore, Kansas. He then wound the crowd up by saying, should I sign for Raw or should I sign for SmackDown? And just because it was SmackDown, this crowd was like, yeah, woo, do Friday nights. When he mentioned that maybe he should go on to win the Royal Rumble, and maybe he should then win WrestleMania. Not win WrestleMania, you could win WrestleMania. Main event WrestleMania. This is what
win
my eyes were doing.
WrestleMania
I
as
was like, how
well.
did we get here?
I
Then
feel
got
like
right
if
into it as well, because
anybody
he
was gonna
referencing
win
Cody
WrestleMania,
Rhodes'
it'd probably
whole,
be
well, one of you
Roman,
guys want to talk about, and he was calling him his
or
friend.
Stone Cold,
And then he
or
dropped Randy
Rock,
Orton in there.
or
It was like, maybe we can be
I
friends,
don't
maybe
know,
we can't.
some big
I don't
guy.
know. Where he launched into all this as well was so damn good, because he was all like, oh man, our feet are on the couch, but first of all, I've got them all muddy. So he was telling you, you want me to stir the ship, do ya? Well, I will. He also mentioned Roman Reigns and how he never turns up to the show, but congratulations on your success. Although, don't forget this, who's the OG Paul Heyman guy? You're looking at him. How did we tease so much? He even talked about Kevin Owens, which is interesting for so many reasons. You've got to Google that one. And said, well, maybe we're not so dissimilar to one another. Although, my friend, why are you going around backstage punching people in the face? It's 2023. We can't do that. So you got another one, and there it is, your AEW reference. And yes, look, this crowd didn't really understand what he was talking about. Don't understand why people are melting down about this. I understood it. I reacted to it. And when I'm watching TV, I mostly care about what
I'm just looking
this
at
was
the
all
people
into the
just
big
looking
one
in
as
the
well,
ring,
because he was like, there is one person
we
who
don't
I
understand
especially
this.
don't get on with, but flub that guy, because he's not even the man in his own household. He's talking about Seth Rollins. I loved it too, because the crowd then started singing Rollins' theme, and this is what I need in my life. I want 50% of the people to cheer CM Punk, and I want 50% of people to cheer Seth Rollins, because then when you get to this program, it's going to be like a pressure cooker, hopefully one that Triple H is in control of. We don't need any more implosions. He then finished by saying he's going to shake this place up, win the Royal Rumble, and main event WrestleMania, so he said it twice. So this cannot be a coincidence. When he
I
took
think
that
we
microphone,
one of those
he threw
crowds
it
was
on the
like,
floor, and it
CM Punk,
this
Seth
entire audience
Rollins,
lost their
CM Punk.
minds. You can say whatever you like about
And
CM
just
Punk.
it go back
He
and
was
forth.
a damn good professional wrestler. He also gets people
That'd be
talking because he
fun.
is a firecracker.
Very
And I
much.
basically spent this 10 minutes going, why is CM Punk back in WWE? I love the man as a sports entertainment. Never stop. And make sure you find some time to watch this today. It is so, so good.
I give you
Oh,
Christmas.
another ad. God, I hate this horror.
Also made sure we carried this on
Hollywood.
as well, because then we did see CM Punk backstage walking past the Bloodline locker room when he bumped into Kevin Owens, and they just had a little bit of a tete-for-tete. I don't think we're going to do that anytime soon, but we are going to do that down the line. Oh my gosh, it could be brilliant. Right, this is where we get into Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. I kind of just want to stand on ceremony a bit. Mr. Wayne. I do want to point out Michin and Zelina Vega ran out here to negate damage control and send them to the back. And out of the entirety of 2023, that may be the most out-of-nowhere thing ever. What do they care? We haven't even seen them. For the last time we saw Zelina, she was like, oh man, Santos Escobar. Apparently she's over it. Screw that though, because something else happened here. Because at one point we cut to the commercial break, and when we came back, something clearly had happened to Charlotte, because she was limping around the place, and she just didn't look very well at all. Now look, if I'm being worked here, massive round of applause, but after doing a bit of research on the internet, certainly doesn't feel that way. Even more so because once again, Bayley did come down and she tried to help out Asuka, but rather than screwing her over, Asuka just hit the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment surprise roll-up, and she got the 1, 2, 3. And look, the referees went straight to Charlotte after this, and the commentators seemed a little bit confused, and also, Bayley interfering helped damage control here. And I think that was meant to be the story. But as I don't know, I just want to leave it here for now, so no ups and no downs. And if Charlotte has got hurt, it seemed like it was her knee, I just send her all the positive thoughts and I hope she's back soon. That's never fun. And yeah, it's a little bit worrying to watch. Although, if she was selling, somebody give her a damn medal. It was back to the insanity after this, because do you know who then collided backstage? CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Was just doing this. Yeah. It was also after Nick had handed Punk a SmackDown contract and told him to think about it over the weekend, because earlier Punk did promise he would sign with either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT come Monday. And Cody was all like, you want to win the Royal Rumble, do ya? And you want to finish your story at WrestleMania, do ya? Well, I want to do that too. Now, they did shake hands, but here's another one that we've teased. Honestly, you could do all these programs over the next 2 years, and I'm going to buy into every single one. And then it was toppled over too, because we saw Randy Orton and LA Knight getting ready for their match, and Punk walked in again and just went, good luck, guys, before he walked off. Also, just realized I forgot to say, during Punk's promo earlier, he also put LA Knight over big, so don't worry about that. Which also ties into the main event, because it was Randy Orton and LA Knight taking on Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Look, if you were a bit worried that we forgot about La recently, because so many other faces have come back, faces, not feces. I'm just going to leave that in. It's absolutely disgusting. We haven't. And essentially, this whole match was for Randy Orton to go, hey, LA Knight, you're okay. Because there isn't even that much I can tell you about it. It was just your standard WWE match. I'm not saying that in a bad way. You had all your roller coaster with CM Punk, so this was just there to make people happy. What a concept. We did make sure to highlight that Orton and Knight are their own people because they were like having a little bit of problems and blind tagging each other in. And I think we were meant to question, can they coexist? But they did. Nobody disappeared into the Phantom Zone. We also had
thought it
hot
was
tag
funny
number one
when
for LA Knight, and then later on we had hot tag
LA
number
Knight
two
was
to
doing
Randy
his
Orton's
finisher,
Randy
then
Orton hit
Randy
their
turned him
match.
around and did his
Almost
finisher.
instantly, Orton hit
LA
that
Knight was
snap
just like,
slam. And Michael Cole said on commentary, that may be the best one ever. I was like, you're right, Mike. It may just be. I mean, I love it so much that I would have its children. What? And of course, when Randy was going to go give the RKO to Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa was there, and we teased those two having a stare down. When LA Knight was back, he got rid of Solo. He was going to hit the blunt force trauma onto Jimbo. Randy was like, no, I'm going to hit him with the RKO, and he got the 1, 2, 3. But as a random aside, I just want to give 2 thumbs up to Jimmy Uso. He understands his role perfectly. It also meant the SmackDown ended with 2 good guys celebrating, and once again, just letting you know, LA Knight is on the same level as Randy Orton, and I felt good after the SmackDown. So it is getting another up. It absolutely breezed by. WWE rehired.
He can't be on that. He ain't even won a championship. Not a single one.
Now, of course, look at the screen right now. There is ups and downs for AEW Dynamite, and I massively appreciate if you did click that. Interact with the video as much as you can. Hit that subscribe.
Nah, I don't think we will do that. Thank y'all for watching, guys.